Okay, my friends, so here we have the update number 6 for house and school cleanup. Okay, hope. Oh, the samples are very useful. Thank you. Have a great day.
Okay, my friends, so we're doing the house cleanup, right? And many of those videos are for house cleanup as well, and classroom cleanups, and office cleanup, and so on. Business. All right, so for example, here I have these plastic containers, okay? It's even a little crack, but I'm going to keep, okay? Why? Until we have better ones. That's really great. You can put different varieties, really a lot on each, so families can bring and put them there. All right, and gonna be finger food, right? So carrots you can cut apart, or if they still selling olives or radishes, or pieces of cucumbers. So you're gonna cut in finger food, the small little pieces. While they sell baby carrots, we're gonna use them. We're not going to waste them. And the producers have 2 weeks. Why we are doing 2 weeks? So people can have time to process everything, right? And don't get crazy. Oh, I lost my job. Or this or they keep doing because everyone gonna be explaining things properly to them. Okay? So everyone gonna have time to do their things in each country. I think 2 weeks is a sustainable way. All right? And then for transition to close that company, for example, we're not doing baby carrots anymore after 2 weeks. We're just going to sell regular carrots. But some people, some factories are huge, employ many, many people, so we need adjustment time. What's adjustment time? Instead of working all day or night, gonna work only 5 hours, right? Adjustment time while the kids are still going to school and so on. And keep watching our updates. So if you have anything like that, keep what? The best you have. So every family needs to keep one. If you have a birthday party or something, one or two. If they're both, and can connect one to another, that's the best. If you have platters, keep 2 platters or 4 platters, all right? If you have egg cartons like that, if it's styrofoam or cardboard, keep them because we're gonna need until the new ones arrive, because they are the best as possible for eggs to don't crack, right? Keep them, my friends, even if they are styrofoam, because they can be used for many, many weeks. If it's styrofoam, you can even wash them. If it's those, if they got a little mistake, rinse or spray vinegar, but they can be used. And eggs from own gardens, free range eggs, can last for about 2 weeks if you do not wash them. Look how nature is amazing, right? So keep, and if you're purchasing new ones or if you have old ones, keep them. Of course, if they're clean and sanitized and not left in a shed or in a barn where rats walked over. No, if they're clean. If you have too many, and that's the best option, you can also use them for sprouts. They can be used a few times, just put them in a place where, because they're going to break apart if you carry them around. So you cut the center right here, you cut the center, right, and put this part inside here. So you have a furnace, and you spray water to keep them moist for those 7 days or 2 weeks while they're sprouting. Okay, we can also sprout plants in plastic bags. That's fine, with toilet paper or whichever option, the best option you have. If you have hand towel, paper towel, right? Because some countries, that's what they were using. I don't purchase them. I don't even know, maybe 18 years I don't purchase them, or 17 years. I don't purchase those because in Brazil we use a lot of cotton towels. It was not my habit to do that. But some people, they don't even have babies at the house anymore, they're still using them. Keep them. You're not putting paper towels out. Keep them. Share with your neighbors. Yes, you can plant sprouts in plastic bags, transparent plastic bags. Of course, you can use them. So they have the heat, right? Put them on a heat, and you're gonna have information not in the sun, but in the heat outside, in a warm area, or inside if it's still winter time, depends on your city. So keep them all right? Put them inside, as I show here, okay? And then you see what you're gonna have on the bottom, what you have available. If you have a baking pan, do not throw away any baking pan, because they can be very important for sprouting, okay? For your community. And you can still bake, and bake every flour you have. If it's still available, can purchase them. You know, yes, bake until the pickup day for all ovens. All right, you can bake. Restaurants can bake, you know, until that pickup day. All right? Okay, I think we're doing great. Also, for the house cleanup, we're going back to books. So let me just explain two. All right, so I have 2 books. I'm keeping those 2 books for the kids to have a little something to read. Don't have anything else in my house right now. I just have these 2 books. The other ones I was showing you are from the local libraries. I get a few, return. I get a few, return. For my kids to have something, right? So you need to figure out if you have 2 or 4 or 8 garden books or composting books, or just a little something to read, that's fine. Keep a few. All the others, no more, not about even sustainable practices, you know. Just keep the ones related to gardening the best as possible. All right? So this is about house cleanup. Okay, so you did all your cleanup, you did all the things. So for school, as I was saying, you can keep mahogany. For every school to have 1, 2, or 4 different trees. Well, no, not 1, sorry. 2 or 4 trees that are not fruit trees, but can have little things for the kids to play, you know, such as preschool or elementary school, for them also to learn and see. So choose the best ones. The mahogany, it's nice because the little shape, the kids can play as a boat. They can also play with the seeds, throwing them, and they all turn around, right? The mahogany seeds. So those things you can keep, the trees you have around, and plant new ones according to the region. That's gonna be strong. I think 2 is too little. But if this for preschools, that's fine. 1 tree of each, for example, up to 4, no more. Of trees, they can play with them, you know, do little things. And also in some countries, they have very big seeds, colorful seeds, you know, and you can keep them. All right. Also about house cleanup. You are going to keep every single crayon you have, you know, and every single colored pencil. Do not throw them away for any reason. Keep them all right? If they are, you know, in a very colorful painted box, just put them in another place, you know. If they're older, you can put in a plastic jar, and when you give to the kids, of course, you take the plastic jar out. Or you can put in a transparent bag, but not colorful bag. Why? Because we're trying to avoid things with paint as soon as possible, because trash pickup gonna be canceled. You have to remember that. So you can put in a plastic bag like that. That's fine. All right? Okay. Excuse me. So keep all the flat pens you have like that, all the other ones, throw them away. So if they're colored, use the ones you got. right? Excuse me. But if they are bulky, they have to go. You cannot keep bulky ones. After 2 weeks, no more bulky ones. All right? If they're expensive or not, doesn't matter. You can keep bulky ones only up to 2 weeks at schools, educational sites, homes, and everything else. So make sure you have new ones. All right? Okay. If you really don't have those for sale and have only one bulky one, keep that 1 or 2 bulky ones, no more. All right? Okay. So if you have paper, keep every single paper. If it's lined paper like this, keep them. So go ahead and recycle the cover because usually they have a lot of paint, but keep every single paper you have. All right? If it's printing paper, keep them. Keep because you're gonna need. All right? Folders like this, they're very good. They're plastic. They last for decades. Okay? So this one I got in a dollar store. They have this little thing here. It's okay. Keep them for now, because you're gonna need them. All right. So if you have a spiral notebooks like that, keep them. Every single one at schools, at homes, businesses, government sites, keep them. Keep them for now. Okay? Until we have the other option, because for a family notebook, for example, you can start your notes. All right. What you are not keeping, you have to cut off and sand if they have this part. You see, here's this plastic, stick to it. Some are right here on this line. The plastic line comes right here. Let me see this one. Now this one is regular paper here, but here it's plastic. So what you're gonna do, you cut that out and keep that, because you can still recycle this, recycle that, but it's important. Family gonna need things. Okay? All right, sorry. So if it is, oh, by the way, we are not doing any game like that. Forgot the name in English now. We're not doing that. All right? Or drawings that are not part of a whole drawing. We're not keeping that either. All right? Okay. So here, some notebooks. Let me just see if I can. I'm holding the camera while all right. Here. So some of spiral notebooks have the plastic tape right there, right? So if you have that type, what you're gonna do, you're gonna take every 2 or 4 pages out, okay, take it out, gonna cut that line out, cut out, and recycle the aluminum, and use the paper. Okay, you can keep, we're gonna tell you how long you can keep a spiral notebooks like that, because they are useful. You can make a family plan, you can make a business plan until you have the brochure notebook. All right, so when you have that, it's not going to be part of a notebook anymore, so that's fine, but you have to cut out because trash is gonna be canceled, okay? So you cut that part out, pull them out first, cut all the pages, and you have the pages. You can use them, all right, at your business. What else I can say? Also for the last page, some are white, some are not. Okay, just keep them because you can use them. They can be very useful. Also for a note or something, a little sign for the family or for the community. Keep them for now. Okay? All right. And things that are completely plastic like that, they're 100% recyclable, like this one. Okay? Keep them. Okay? And we're going to tell if we're going to make, we're not going to make a spiral anymore in the future, because that's not needed, even for school. At schools, the new books need to be the brochure books I showed you. All right? All right, so once we're talking about this, buy the best as possible, soon as possible, the new books for students. If you don't have in your city, that's fine. Get those that they already have. Take off old pages, old pages, because you start a new time, the transition time. So what you're gonna do? Only keep the white pages, right? And start right there. Number the pages, and if a family needs a report book and cannot find a brochure notebook, it's okay. Go ahead and get a simple book. This is much cheaper and found everywhere, no countries, I guess. Okay, if you don't have none of these notebooks, what you're gonna do? Do in simple. If that's the only option, that's the third option. Do in simple paper like that, number them, okay, write only in one side or even both sides and glue them when the new notebooks come. So let's say you did your reports in printing paper like this. Okay, so what you're gonna do? Or you did your report in line paper like individual line paper. Or from the notebooks, you got them apart because they had the plastic on the side, or from the you got a bunch of those in here, for example. All right, and this they sell like that many. It's okay. Number them, write on both sides. What's gonna be special about them? You're going needs to be on a printing size. You have to see what's your regular printing size, okay? And do not write on 1 centimeter each side, because you might need to cut. If they're too large, every counter might have a measurement. You're gonna cut so when you purchase the new, for example here, right? This one here, I don't know if you can see, it's your new records book, let's say. All right, so what happened? Look at that. When you're gonna glue, it's not going to work. So you need to leave the sides. Get a ruler or a book, okay? Put a line with regular pencil, easy to, or a blue pen, not black, blue pen. What you're gonna do? You do your family report in the best of those options I'm showing you, but you need to get it done. As soon as you have the organization, notice by mail, by person, in a letter, or wherever, you have to start your records book, family records book, business, educational side, and residential community. You have to start. Okay? All right. You just do the best option you have. You get a ruler and or a book. Trace a line on both sides. Why? Because when you're going to glue here, you're gonna put the white glue. Let's say you just got for free, or you purchase your records book that is properly printed. I'm just using that as an option, but it's properly printed because I'm going to talk about this another time. What you're going to do, you're going to glue them not too close, to don't make pressure there, so they won't opening them up. So you're going to glue about that 1 centimeter far from the end. So you see here, you got many centimeters. If you do 1 centimeter here, more or less, look how many you got. Way too many. You see? So you have to figure this out, have a plan before you write. So depending on how is the measurement of paper you have in your country, you cannot write for 4 centimeters. So do 2 centimeters here, do 2 there, or 1 here and 3 there. So you have to do your math according to our new standards. The best as possible. It's better you do narrow and instead of having them to pass over, okay? So pass the line, right? I'm just doing it with my hand very quick, but you're gonna do properly line with a pen. Sorry, so that's an improvement, not with a pencil. Okay, so you have your lines. You're gonna follow the instruction from the records book and make your family as soon as the notice date. So we just got the notice today, and then you put the date on the time. You know, it's a gift for us to know about, have more details about organization. So we watch our first video on YouTube on this day, or wherever you, or we have our first meeting on this day, or I talk to my spouse first on this first day. So wherever, few minutes, my spouse, maybe you got the notice, it's 9 o'clock at night or 10, you don't have much time, you're gonna start, that was your first day. For people that passing information to others, very important to choose a positive day. Not the 13, not on the 3rd of the month. No, we're gonna pass, not 23rd. Those are the 3 days we are not using, okay? Or the 30th or 31st, we don't need that. Let's pass the information to everyone on positive days, okay? All right. So people gonna make their first notice on a positive day, okay? All right. So the other thing is that people already know how they're receiving their messages, right? To open emails on a good day, I think that's another option, or read them and pass that information on a good day. All right, so we say a few words about cleaning up, a few words about your records book, that how you're gonna do it. Oh, this is very important, right? Okay, so okay, for families that do have a lot of plastic containers, even you know, they're not the best one, even that they're round, please keep them. Keep. You know, you're not putting them out. If they have lid or not, do not put them out. Why? Because they can be used for many things. They're strong, and you're gonna share wherever is needed. Or for other families that do not have them, you can share with the whole community. For example, rural area in the middle of nowhere. All right? Some families might have a lot because they had money. Some might have almost none because they were very poor or something, or because they never saved. All right, so save all your containers. So what you're gonna do? Some of them are gonna use inside because that's important. Some can be used for planting, for sprouting, make holes on the bottom. So you're gonna decide afterwards. You're gonna have a meeting one day, right? A sprout preparation, because one meeting is for seeds, what you're gonna plant, what you want, and the other one is for the work, you know, details. So then you're gonna bring all your containers. Everyone has enough. How gonna be shared? A half, or a third and 3/3, 3/4. How you gonna share those containers that everyone brought in? Because you have to be sustainable. Share with everyone. Okay? All right. So, and then you're gonna see how many you need for sprouting, if you have or not for sale, if you have money or not, if it's already free or not, or if you got to the store, the garden store was none left over to be purchased. So save them all. If you have some extra money, you can go to a dollar store, buy some, because you're gonna need them, or to share with families, whichever you think. Of course, if you are already in a new country, you know, the country that you are already moved to it, or your own country that you decide you're gonna live in the middle of nowhere to have people there. Okay, so that's very important. Save all your containers, save your lids, if they're cracked or not, save them. All right, and you're gonna see, because cracked ones can be used for sprouts, used and reused for years even. Okay, the main thing is to don't to use what you got, keep what you have. All right, okay, thank you, very good. So let me just say a few words about labels. So we are taking labels. For example, I got this olive oil finish. I tried to get, it's really hard to take this. I'm just to show you here. So I took the main label out, but has been really hard to take the glue out. Just do the best you can. Don't stay too long. If your family is big, you can go ahead and clean them better. But some, look, they stick behind, it's really bad, really hard, I mean. So just do the best you can. Don't spend too much time. We have to take the labels out, yes. Do the best you can, get them out and get going. If you can take the plastic out from the glass, go ahead, take them out. If you can't, just put recycle like it is. The main thing is to get your things done, my friend. For this week or 2 weeks, we're still deciding until April, today, April 10th, 2022, we still deciding going to be 1 week for the house cleanup or 2 weeks. But for sure, everyone going to be home for 2 weeks because we need to plant for 2 weeks. Okay? All right. From the notes there. All right. So here are a few more examples. If you have something like that, there's styrofoam. This one is covered in plastic, so they cannot be recyclable. You see? They're not regular. Of course, I think I cannot show you well. But if it's regular styrofoam is one thing, but this one, look, they have another layer of plastic on the top of it. So I believe those cannot be recycled. What are you going to do? You can use them for sprouts. So you can, if that's your option, you can make some holes, right? Make some holes on the bottom and can use them from sprouts if that's your best option. But of course, you're going to avoid using them after this first planting. Why? Because this type is better, it's more sustainable, it's 100% recyclable for the future. Okay? Once we're going to stop trash everywhere, going to burn everything, done. Done. I'm not keeping those things. All right, but this is still good. When it's time, you can wash them really well and put to recycle. It's 100% recyclable, and this is not. This you're going to use only if you really need at this first time of planting. Okay? All right, agreement done. Very good. So let me see if I have something else to say. All right, let's say about this one. Okay, it's a tag for veggies, that came on the little wire string. What you're gonna do? The same, it's painted one side. If you're a producer, in 2 weeks you cannot send this out anymore. Okay, and if you're purchasing, you can keep purchasing while they're available. That's fine. If you're a supermarket, after 2 weeks you cannot receive them anymore. All right, cannot receive. You're gonna sell the items, gonna have a tag there, with the name of that thing. They can still have the twist, but this is not important anymore. Tags are not important. People are gonna learn instead of reading, and it's food is food. They buy and that's it. If they don't know the name, yet, or if they're not in a good place, but everyone needs a tag. All right, people that have money gonna keep buying until the organization launching day. After that, everything will be free for everyone in all countries, right? Okay, for food of all types, for soaps, dishes, toilet paper, everything the supermarkets have, they're going to be for free, and all the bank accounts gonna zero down, right? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna work with points after the organization launching day. On that, on and after, gonna be, everything will be based on points, right? For things people need. Gonna be based on points. All right, thank you so much. Oh, here's one more thing. For instructions in paper, bags, or plastic, or boxes of food, okay, instructions, how to do things. Stickers like this, only up to 2 weeks. And or boxes after that, gonna be small papers, right? A little thicker or thin, like the printing paper, depends. If it's inside the bag, gonna be thin, printed with just the basics. Yeah, you can do this and that. You can cook for 10-20 minutes, like white rice or brown rice. We're not going to waste those things. We're gonna use everything, okay? But not on card boxes anymore. Card boxes that were made, and too many of them, that's fine. Put them away already, you know, or hurry up on those 2 weeks and do the most production you can. 2 weeks max. After that, only transparent bag with a little piece of paper like that. No stickers anymore with any instruction or the name of the item or anything. Okay? All right, we're doing great. So for the seeds, as soon as we have our website, more information, you're gonna already have all the details how to build your tool garden room, right? And how to keep for the next year, what's sustainable in glass jars as I showed. But everyone gonna put in little plastic bags first, okay? We are not keeping in jars because without air is the most sustainable. So you're gonna put them here, save the bags as I said for the following year, and then you press, okay, you press them really well, and you're going to have the labels, right, for everything we're going to show. It's the most sustainable, most positive. So you're gonna keep in one jar, you can keep many, right, many seeds that can grow during that same time. So, for example, depending on the area, you can keep one per season. All right, so you put in jars like that, many plastic bags with different seeds with their names already printed. That on the future we're already gonna have, right? What can be sold for each region, each zone. All right, so you're gonna put those small plastic bags in jars like that. This is a bit more than 10 centimeters tall, maybe about 12 or 14, you know, or even bigger ones, whichever you have, because some people keep those things. So you have larger pots, but they're strong and firm, a little larger, that's fine, okay? In places you don't have, use the plastic one. You're gonna see what's the most sustainable. And we are going to make examples that with time, everyone gonna have one of those templates of building. It's a funny term, but anyways. Okay, so how they're gonna be placed. So for example, here on the jar or on those plastic containers gonna be plants for summer, winter, fall. Okay, gonna be already explained, and spring. Or gonna be dry season and rainy season. So we're going to explain, we're gonna have that label. So all the seeds, many small plastic bags right here, you know, in this big plastic container for that region. For that season of the year. So gonna be everything. So if these ones, for example, gonna have 4 plastic containers for a community, right? This one is for spring, let's say. So everything that can grow in spring right there. Or one for rainy season, one for winter season. If you have too many, it's okay. So 2 for rainy season and 2 for dry season. Okay? So depends, because this a lot depends on many things, right? Not only the climate, but also about the location and things like that. All right, so let's do the best we can, my friends, until we have all these details ready set up explaining with videos related to it at our website, our organization website. And for volunteers that are watching this video to prepare the items that will be placed online, here are just the basics, and improve the best you can and have them ready. All right, thank you. Oh yes, the other thing is that for many rules and guidelines, we are going to have a video related to it on how to do it, because some people, my friends, never did a few things before. Okay, so we're talking people that lived on the woods, right? Indigenous people, hermits, right? That they never did many things. So we have to explain, from cleaning houses, bathrooms, laundry, kitchen, cooking. We're going to explain. So we're gonna, in front of the rules and guidelines, will be the video related to it. So gonna be Department 2, a video this, Department 5, Department 8, with explanation. Also for the health issues. For example, people that have a cold, diabetes, cholesterol, and everything else. Okay, so gonna have explanation, and then the video related to that for both books, for the Constitution itself and also for the 28 weeks, where people are going to have the transition from one thing to another, right? If they are using crutches or canes, or if they are using pills, right? Synthetic pills, they cannot stop suddenly. No, for everything going to be a transition going to be done during these 28 weeks. ADD, ADHD, everything else going to have a transition. So we're going to have the video, transitional videos that are placed on the 28 weeks and taken out afterwards, because they won't be needed afterwards, right? It's not needed. Okay, gonna already be on books. People can read the books, how things were done in basic sentences. But with all the details, we need this for people now, for elders, for them to understand really how transition will be done, okay? And for parents and teachers to guide their students as well. All right? Okay, so thank you so much. And volunteers that are preparing those videos, please already have them numbered for everything, because the subject's going to be placed in alphabetical order, right? So already start planning. For every handbook to have this related video. All right? Okay, thank you, my friend. Talk to you soon. Oh, and the videos will be the most with the details, of course, but not too long, the most objective, because people, to make their notes, what they can do, they stop the videos and make their notes. I've done this many times, very easy. But people cannot speak too fast. They can be objective, but explain very well, like I'm doing now, and people stop every other sentence, or they can stop and make their notes for what is needed, because what's already on their head, they don't need to make notes. They're only going to write it down, words or sentence that they do not know yet. Okay? All right, thank you. Talk to you soon. I appreciate all volunteers for all your work you're doing. We're doing great. Okay, let's say a few words about seeds. Okay, so I got here, for example, as I show you, I got some papaya and cotton, all right? So you're going to plan a day at your community, your residential community, and you're also going to plan a day if you're a teacher at any school of any age group, adult education, university. You're going to plan. Then people can bring from home, if they have a lot at home, to share wherever is needed most at their residential communities or at their educational site. Because some people have really a lot, some people have really little, right? Okay, and we are going to have for up to I think up to 8 weeks, right? Twice a month we are going to have that seed sharing. After the organization launching day, we are going to have seed and plants, fruits, trees, right? Sharing day. Twice a month. Okay, so we're gonna have a total of 4 of those days. I think that's sustainable, so we don't have, So families that they start knowing about the organization, they can start going. All right, if they're home seeds from their local areas, brought from home, they need to be brought with a note saying where they got that from. If they're purchased, they're gonna bring, like on this case here, they was packed, they're gonna bring the package so the people will know, can even take a picture. So they have an idea where that came from and they can order afterwards. This company was very good and it's sold on Amazon. All right, why they're very, very good? They have the names, huge variety. They're all heirloom, okay? They have 42 species, and they have one with 50 something or 60 something, so they have other sizes. Okay, transparent bag with their name that can be used for following years. You can keep seeds in there. After, of course, drying them really well with fan or an AC, all right? So look, we have 42 varieties. I just took a few from the bag. Okay, so we have their name on the back, completely transparent on the other side, so they're really good. They have some information right here, which is great. So it's great because it's much cheaper than purchase the ones from regular stores that you can buy. If you don't have another option for now, that's fine. But you can get them and use them, all right? And purchase things like that as soon as possible. Keep the plastic bags, right? You keep them all for what? So you can have save the seeds for the following year. Always save the ones that are larger, right? And very dry, so no humidity will be inside anyhow. After that, you can keep them in a transparent pot, okay? Whichever you think is the most sustainable, but kids are not going to do them, so it can be glass pots because they're firm and strong, they don't keep falling, or in plastic containers like that, okay? And you're gonna search online if it's better to keep them in a refrigerator or if it doesn't matter because they were already dry. Make sure if you are in summertime and you are in humidity area, okay, you have to dry them really well with fans or with on AC running, for 2 nights or so, and put them here. And then 2 more nights, and then you pack them up. Something like that. See the best, what's most sustainable. You have to make sure so they don't get, bad for to be planted next year. Some you can keep planting about the year round, depending on the location that you are. They just need warmth and good soil and, humidity, of course. But some counties, they have the cold season, so they have to wait for the next year. All right, so this is the company, their name. They are from, let me see if I tell you the name, they are non-GMO, which is great. That's what we are looking for, right? The best as possible, already buy non-GMO. But my friends, if you have fruit trees that are non-GMO, go ahead, plant them. And the new ones, everyone gonna know their property, educational sites, and some business that sell food and restaurants, which ones are which. Okay? But just make sure, I'm trying to find out the name of this company, couldn't find. Open pollinated heirloom seeds packet for easy long-term storage. All right, so that's the one, the company I'm using. And as I said, they have some information here. So they're all from USA. They got the date they were tested, you see here. Germination, the percentage of germination. Of course, if you plant in a reasonable time, don't wait too long. Very important. I already use every old one, new ones, and share. All right? So we are avoiding to bring trees and plants and fruit trees, right, to faraway areas. But if it's needed, we are going to do. The most important thing, even that they are non-GMO, it's to plant. Plant. Okay? All right. So these are the basic information. And please keep the seconds for now, because some places don't have AC yet, and they are in humid areas. They might have fans, but does not help if the fan is circulating and humid, does not help much. So keep, if you have any of the second that usually comes in luggage, purses or seeds like this one, keep them for now. And after the organization launching day, we are going to tell you how long you can keep them, because for now they're really important. All right? Okay, my friends, save everything. If you have a lot, see who you're going to share with. Thank you. Talk to you soon.